I would ask everybody to rise and face the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Then he has some remarks.
Just briefly, it's noted in the program that I'm a retired military police officer. I spent 5 years on active duty, 21 in the reserve. The active duty was infantry. But the one thing, and I mentioned this last year, and I would ask you all to consider this as we go on, as we approach Hanukkah and Christmas. Remember those soldiers, sailors, Air Force personnel, Marines, Coast Guard, don't forget the Merchant Marine, who are all going to be overseas during this period of time in countries some of them have never been before. You have kids that are 18, 19 years old in a country that they've never been to before, and they're scared. So it's important that you remember our military. We were over there as we go on through the Christmas season. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Michael G. Santangelo Scholarship Fund, I want to welcome each of you to the 13th annual dinner and scholarship event. 13 years we've been doing this. At the outset, I want to express to each and every one of you my deep sense of gratitude. Without you, there'd be no scholarship fund. Because of your donations, my son Michael Jr.'s legacy continued. Michael Jr. was my best friend, and I think of him all the time. And anyone who's ever lost somebody close to them, I'm sure they go through the same thing. But I know now he's looking down on us and smiling as his legacy continues through these great students. And to the Santangelo scholars, the foundation is so proud of each and every one of you. You've taken every advantage that the donors, all these great donors have given you, and you've capitalized, and almost everyone is on the honor roll, whatever school they're in. And it's just incredible to see the change in young kids. Now, I know that many of you would like to hear me speak for a while, except for Ed Garrity. However, tonight's not about me. It's about each of you and our scholars. So I just want to tell you about the state of the foundation. I'm proud to announce that we began in 2013, and since then, the foundation has assisted 22 students in graduating private high schools on a scholarship. I'm proud to announce that since 2013, and as of today, the foundation is presently supporting 13 students in private high schools to graduate on scholarship. I'm proud to announce that as of today, the foundation has donated $560,000 in scholarship, $80,000 in scholarships, bringing the total to $660,000. And after all of that, the foundation's status is in great shape. We right now have $750,000 in stock. We have $250,000 in cash. We have property in $600,000, total of $1.6 million, and no debt because of each and every one of you. So we can support kids going forward for the next 10 years, even without an event. That's how good it is. Thank you. So just think of what we accomplished in 13 years. And I would like to each of you and myself to take a moment of silence for the people we lost this year. Mrs. Louise Pepe, the mother of a board member, Joseph Pepe. Mr. Robert Chartier, the father of board member Jeff Chartier, who does everything he can to make this event successful. Peter Reynolds, Esquire, a colleague, and all of our brave police officers, fallen heroes, guardsmen, and to all those who have lost somebody important to them. Let's take a moment of silence and say whatever prayer you want. And finally, Anthony Keogh. Anthony Keogh was an attorney. He was a partner of mine, law partner and golf partner. And when I could hit the ball, he actually won the Waikiki golf tournament. But there's a brief story about Anthony that sums him up. Anthony was as great a drinker as I've ever seen. He could consume more alcohol in one night than anyone. We got a client who got a DWI and could not take a plea because he'd lose his SEC license if he pled guilty. So we were before Judge Nicholas Colabella, one of the toughest but fairest judges I've been in front of. And I said, Tony, you have to try this case. It was the loser. The client blew a .17, was stumbling, falling down. That was all the testimony. So what did we do? We called an eccentric expert. The guy was crazy, but we had to put some defense. So what he did was put a clock on the wall and showed the client had .00 when he started. And he had him guzzle vodka till he got to .17, and he had him walk, and he testified. In all his years, he's never seen anyone consume so much alcohol and show no effects. And Judge Colabella, without batting an eye, looked up and said, have you ever tested Mr. Keogh? Tony, we miss you. The Michael Jr. Scholarship Fund has 4 new students who have joined our family this year. I'd first like to welcome Mr. Marcel Sims from SSP, Student Sponsors. He resides in the Bronx. His middle school GPA was 97.7. He wants to be a pilot, and he's a freshman attending St. Raymond's in the Bronx. Marcel, can you stand? Welcome to the family. The Scholarship Fund is proud to announce that 6 students have graduated high school this year on our scholarship. From San Miguel of Newburgh, Mr. Julian Marin, Harvey School, Mr. Jamie Rodriguez, St. Barnabas Prep, Mr. Carlos Enamorada, St. Barnabas Prep, and Mr. Brandon Rodriguez, Canterbury High School. And from student sponsors, Mr. Barut La Batista, SUNY Maritime, with a degree in engineering. I'd like to briefly acknowledge some special people here tonight, although each of you are special. Honorable Louis Lubell, who has been our keynote speaker for the last 6 years. Honorable Robert Prisco, this time I remembered you, Judge, so don't punish me in court. Honorable Brandon Saul, who had a very competitive election. He won about 100,000 votes to 0. He had no competition. But it's the only judge I've ever seen that's on the bench at 9:30. And we received... Judge LaBelle, I haven't seen at 9:30. I do want to say, the District Attorney of Westchester County, Susan Cacase, wrote and indicated she had her own Christmas party, but sent a generous donation. And Attorney General Janine Pirro in Washington wrote and made a call to me saying, I'm involved in this horrific shooting of these 2 National Guardsmen, one who died. But I do want to call to tell you how important the foundation is to me, which meant so much to me. Now I want to talk about student sponsors. They've been a longtime partner of the Michael Santangelo Scholarship Fund. They're an incredible organization. They're so important to this foundation. For over 35 years, they provided over 7,300 youth with a quality high school education and mentorship. And before I ask Mary to say a few words, I want to call up Miss Angelina Duarte. She's attended every event since the beginning, and I'm proud to say this year she's graduated Cardinal Cathedral High School. Angelina?
Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful time. My name is Angelina Duarte, I'm 18 years old and I'm from the Bronx. I just recently graduated from Cathedral High School this past June and I'm currently a freshman at Mercy University. I'm majoring in nursing in hopes of becoming both a NICU nurse and a pediatric nurse. And tonight I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the MichaelJrFund, to every sponsor, supporter, my family, and everyone in this room who believes in students like me. Your generosity helped make my high school education possible, and I'm truly standing here today because of the doors you've opened up for me. What you've given me was much more than just financial help. You've given me confidence, support, opportunities, and the ability to chase a career where I'll be able to help children and their families and care for them just the way you've cared for mine. I hope to give back and impact lives the way you've all impacted my family and ours. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting me and believing me and helping me take the next steps in my future. As soon as I go on, I will forever carry this opportunity in my heart, and I couldn't express more how thankful I am to be up here to speak to everyone and for shaping me into the young woman I am today. May God continue to bless this organization, and may Michael Jr.'s legacy forever continue to help students like me, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you.
I'd like to now call up another student, a senior, Kristen Cruz.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christian Reyes, and I'm really honored to be here tonight. I'm a senior at St. Francis Prep in Fresh Meadows, Queens. And I just want to thank the Michael G. Santangelo Junior Scholarship Fund and the Student Sponsorship Program for giving me an opportunity that I never thought I'd have. Your generosity really changed my life, and it gave me opportunities to have a fighting chance to make something of myself. This scholarship means more to me than words can say. Without it, I wouldn't have been able to attend such a great school. St. Francis Prep gave me opportunities academically, athletically, and personally. A lot of the kids I grew up with, unfortunately, didn't have the same opportunity as me. I see them today and they're out of school, they're getting into trouble, they're doing God knows what. Me, I was able to have a fighting chance. This scholarship gave me a different path, and I'll always be thankful for that. During my 4 years at Prep, I spent a majority of my time playing sports, football and baseball. They shaped who I am. Playing both sports all 4 years taught me discipline, leadership, and dedication. It was a blessing to be able to compete at such a high level. School sports also surrounded me with hardworking people who would push me to become better, and people who became my lifelong friends. Looking ahead, I plan to join the Navy ROTC in college and work towards serving my country as a surface warfare officer. I look forward to a career of service, and I hope to study nautical sciences in college. I plan to carry the values I learned at Prep into the next chapter of my life. Once again, I want to thank the Michael G. Santangelo Junior Scholarship Fund and SSP for believing in me. Your support changed my life, and I'll continue to work hard and make you guys proud. Thank you. Have a good night.
I'd next like to call Ms. Mary Fadul, the Vice President of Programs and Corporate Sponsorship from Student Sponsors.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you everybody for being here tonight, and for our students, Angelina, Christian, and for everybody else who really is the epitome of the work that Michael is doing and SSP is doing. So my name is Mary Fadul. I work at Student Sponsor Partners, and at Student Sponsor Partners, our mission is simple but powerful. We harness the life-changing impact of quality high school education, one-on-one mentorship, and comprehensive college and career programming to really make sure that our students have all the tools they need to reach their full potential. Through SSP, students are given the opportunity to attend one of our partner high schools, an opportunity they otherwise would not have. And the results speak for themselves. I mean, the stories spoke for themselves tonight. 99% of SSP students graduate high school on time, which is twice the rate of New York City students from similar demographics and areas. 80% enroll in college immediately, and all go on to contribute to their communities in meaningful and inspiring ways. None of this would be possible without the generosity and belief of our sponsors. Tonight, I want to extend special gratitude to one of our most dedicated partners, the Michael G. Santangelo Jr. Scholarship Fund. Your unwavering support continues to transform the trajectory of so many young lives, including several of the students with us tonight. And on behalf of the entire SSP community, we want to say thank you. And we are deeply grateful for your support, your partnership, and the hope you ignite in our young people. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Mayor, I have a check from the Michael G. Santangelo Scholarship Fund approved by the board for $35,000 to student sponsors. Next, I have a check that I'm going to have, unfortunately, Jeff Chartier deliver. I'm hoping the check will get there, but it's for $7,500 to Ursuline High School, who we've supported now for 3 years. And I now ask my sister Georgia to come up to present a check to the Hill School. Last year, for those of you that were here, following the loss of Georgia's husband, Rod Porter, and my brother-in-law, and our friend, Georgia made a vow that she would donate $50,000 in Rod and Michael Jr.'s name to help the scholarship fund. I'm happy to say she did, and without her, we wouldn't be able to give out tonight what we're giving out. Georgia?
Thank you. I'd like to take a few minutes and just talk about our relationship with the Hill School and the foundation. The Hill School is quite unique in its philosophy and its operation. The Hill School is located in Middleburg, Virginia, and it allowed the foundation to expand to another state. And I'm quite proud of that. The Hill School has students from pre-kindergarten to 8th grade. What we have done is the Hill School recommended a grant for students, and in order that they can go to secondary private school. And these are children or students that the family cannot quite afford to send them, and if they didn't go there, they would just have to go to a public school. We've had this relationship with the Hill School for approximately 3 years, and we believe it's been really working well. We've had 2 students, and I'm sorry that we invited them, but it's quite a distance for them to come. And one of them is named Aria Velga, and she comes from a pretty large family. And about 2 months ago, I went to visit her at the high school. It's Foxcroft, and it's a private girls' school in Middleburg. I was just amazed at what I saw. I mean, she's a junior. She had more confidence than you could believe, and she was just so into herself. She participated in sports. She was a leader. She was incredible. And I said, what do you want to be? She said, I'm going to be a psychologist. And I went, oh, a junior year in high school, she knows that. She said, the only problem is I have to take physics. And I said, well, that's going to be hard. She said, no, it'll just mean I'll have to study a little harder. I think this girl is going to be quite successful in the future. And I'm really proud of her. The other girl is Sophie Lacaz, and if you guys came last year, she got up and spoke, and she was very nervous. And I saw her the other day, and I was amazed at the difference in her. She's confident, she's a leader, and I was just it really helps to go to that private school, especially for these kids that parents couldn't quite afford it. I can guarantee you that if you saw these girls, you would be quite proud of them and you would feel good about your donation. So I really thank you. And Will, would you come up, and I'm happy to give you a check for $7,500 for the next students.
My name is Will Nisbet. I'm the Director of Institutional Development at the Hill School in Middleburg, Virginia. Really love coming up here every year, little planes, trains, and automobiles, but it is, as Georgia said, our motto at Hill School is community, character, and confidence. And the way that the community in Middleburg and here has surrounded Aria and Sophie, and we have a couple candidates this year that we're really proud of, but their character, their confidence, the way these young girls have blossomed in their high schools is just amazing. So, a fun fact, we turned 100 this year. We are celebrating our 100th birthday at Hill School, which is cool. But inspiration from the foundation and others, we've really, we just raised it's been 3 years raising $17.3 million for mostly financial aid. And the same belief in this room permeates through Virginia. And actually, this is the first foundation we've ever worked with that supported our graduates. So thank you to Georgia, thank you to Michael, thank you to Rod for establishing this relationship. All of New York is welcome down to wine horse country, Virginia, if you ever find yourself that way. You know where to find us, but just deeply appreciate the support in this room. So thank you.
Very proud this year to have a new foundation join us, or us able to join them, Tunnel to Towers. For those who don't know Tunnel to Towers provides mortgage-free homes to the families of fallen responders and Gold Star families. They build custom smart homes for the catastrophically injured veterans and first responders. The organization was first established in memory of a firefighter, Stephen Siller, who died on 9/11. Stephen's brother was a man called Russell Siller. He was a bright guiding light to his students. Russell's distinguished career spanned 50 years, from teaching orphans at St. Michael's, how appropriate, to 30 years as a high school teacher at St. Peter's Boys High School. His legacy has been carried forward through financial scholarships awarded to the children of accepted Tunnel to Tower families. This year, the Board of Directors of the Michael G. Santangelo Scholarship Fund has authorized 3 separate scholarships in the amount of $10,000 to 3 different students who have been selected by students by Tunnel to Towers. The first student I'd like to just introduce, he's here tonight, is Ryan Lem. He's a new Santangelo Scholar from Tunnel to Towers. He's a freshman at Stepinac High School, and he's here with his mother, Christine Lem. He's the son of Tech Sergeant Joseph G. Lem, who is also known as Superman to his family and friends. While a member of the NYPD, Tech Sergeant Lem was deployed 3 times, twice to Afghanistan and once to Iraq. Tragically, at only 45 years old, on December 21, 2015, Sergeant Lem was killed in the line of duty while conducting a human intelligence operation near Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. Sergeant Lem placed himself between his team members and a terrorist explosive-laden motorcycle. His action saved the lives of 2 of his fellow team members, a true hero. Tunnel and Towers held a benefit for Tech Sergeant Lem and paid off the mortgage on their house. His son Ryan has received from us $10,000. We will continue to support him, and he's a star baseball player at Stepinac. Ryan, would you just stand up? The next scholar, I don't believe he's here, is Ethan Seals. He's the son of Detective Joseph Seals, a 13-year veteran of the Jersey City PD. He was shot and killed on December 30th, 2019 during a confrontation with an armed gunman. He was promoted to detective in 2017 and was assigned to the city's ceasefire unit, assisting in taking dozens of guns off the street under his watch. Tunnel for Towers paid off the mortgage on his family's house. Just imagine that. And Ethan, our newest scholar, is a senior at St. Peter's Prep School in Jersey City. Last year, he took all honor classes. He has a passion for engineering, and he's already been accepted into New Jersey Institute of Pre-College, and will start there next year. The third newest Santangelo scholar, and I don't believe she's here, is Darcy V. You see her? Hello, Darcy. She's here with her mother, Esther. She's the daughter of NYPD Detective Dalshby. In 2017, Detective V suffered a traumatic brain injury and was left paralyzed after being dragged by a stolen car for 3 blocks. He received one of the highest police department's honors, the Medal of Honor. In 2020, Tunnel for Towers paid off their mortgage on their Long Island home and completed a new addition, including a 2-car garage designed to aid in his recovery and provide him with independence. It is outfitted also with a physical therapy room. Darcy's mother, who's here tonight, Esther, gave up her nursing career to take care of her husband's need, being his voice and full-time caretaker. In my mind, she's also a hero. Our newest scholar, Darcy's in 5th grade, and we are proud to be part of continuing her journey into private school. She campaigned for vice president of the Elementary Student Council of Valley Stream Christian Academy, and I'm happy to announce that she won the seat unanimously. Darcy? These stories just demonstrate a small part of the Tunnel to Tower Foundation, and each person I mentioned to me is a hero. They should be an inspiration to all of us. John Houvain, is he here? John Houvain, I will be presenting a check to for $20,000 to support Darcy and Ethan throughout their high school education. I'd now like to call on Andrea Milton. Andrea has been with us from the beginning. She is one of, I hate to say my favorites, but she's come through a lot and she's accomplished so much. Andrea?
Hello, thank you all for being here tonight. I just have a quick few things I would like to say. Life has a remarkable way of testing us. Sometimes the challenges appear like small bumps in the road, and other times they rise before us like mountains. These challenges are not signs of weakness, but are opportunities to grow and rise above what we ever thought possible. If life were free of struggle, we would never understand the depth of our own strength. And I'm sure that everyone in this room has faced a moment where they felt that giving up was a much easier option than continuing, whatever that may mean for you. But it is that taking one more step that helps you learn to rise above everything. If it wasn't for Michael helping me take that one more step when I was younger, I would not be standing before you guys today, working in my dream career as a tattoo artist. If any of you have been here for a while, you've seen me since I was a kid with bright neon hair, and I've had my stretched ears since I was a kid. I was destined to be in something creative. I was not someone who was meant to be in a 9-to-5, and because of the opportunity I was given to be able to learn to express myself, through him and through everyone in this room, I am where I am today, and I'm forever thankful. Thank you to the Santangelo family for all you've done for me, and thank you to everyone in this room for continuing to contribute to such an amazing organization every year. Thank you all for allowing me to speak to you yet another year, and I hope you have a beautiful night.
Now I'd like to call up one of our stars, someone who's been with us for a long time and has taught me a lot. And I'm proud to say he's one of my very close friends. Tyler?
Thank you, thank you. This time of the year is always very special to me. It's always, I know the holidays are right around the corner, but that's not why it's special to me. All of this for me has always been very wholesome. For example, a couple years ago when this first started, I sold my coat to be here in a suit. A couple years after that, my uncle bought me a suit, but it was too small, so I showed up with like my arm, like my shirt and the suit was like way out here. It was like, I was like kind of embarrassed. And then here I am today, I'm fresh out of work, and I just knew I didn't have enough time to make it back home to change, but I knew that I couldn't miss this because this means everything to me. I'm extremely grateful for all of this. I'm glad to see that we have a bunch of new students. You guys are getting older, and I kind of feel old, but that's all right. But I want to rewind a little bit. When I first got the scholarship, I was actually denied. My mother went to Michael and went to SSV and kind of begged them to give me a chance. She said I was special. I kind of was. She begged them, and they called me in for an interview, and they ended up granting me the scholarship. Sometimes, I'm fortunate for that. Sometimes, especially in the neighborhoods that I grew up on, a lot of my friends didn't get second chances. You guys have been with me through quite a journey. Some things that you're aware of and some things that you're not. For example, I had a very successful baseball career. I no longer do that. I work in the music industry currently, and I manage 2 very famous artists. And I'm happy to be doing that. It's honestly, I always had a passion for music, and although I'm not quite where I want to be yet, it's something cool, and it's honestly a blessing that I get to do that. But there's a lot of things that you guys don't know. For example, while we had these meetings, shortly after this meeting, years back, I witnessed one of my friends get shot and killed right in front of me. And that, you know, for a young guy from the Bronx, leads usually in 1 or 2 ways. One of the ways could be, you know, you listen to all your buddies and the people that you know from your community, and you go do what a lot of teenagers do nowadays. They go seek revenge and they go into the bad route, or you simply just have so much trauma that you just lean to bad stuff and you end up, you know, taking a bad route because there's not really much help for us when it comes to things like that, right? But what I did know was that there was a group of people like you guys who believed in me, and that means the fucking world to me, you know? So I want to thank you all for all you do here. You truly make an impact on these kids. You have no idea the impact you make on these kids. And these scholarships really do go a long way. I don't know where this scholarship is going, but I know it's going up, and the direction that we're heading in is a positive direction. But let's keep it going, all right? Because this is really making an impact. And honestly, I'm not where I want to be in life right now, but I do know that if I didn't have you guys and people that believed in me, I wouldn't be here right now. So thank you all.
Finally, someone we all know. He's been our featured speaker for the last 6 years. He actually had a surgical procedure today, but he would not miss this for the world. He's one of the finest jurists I have ever been before. I've never seen anyone with the ability to settle cases, and I believe his future will be a mediator. And one day, he will serve as the best mediator in Westchester. I'm proud to call him my friend, the Honorable Louis Lubell.
Thanks, Mike. Good evening. I'm humbled to be asked to do this every year for Michael and the foundation. And to quote one of my dearest friends, Judge Saul, always says to me, make sure that you tell everybody, for the sake of brevity, I will be brief. And politicians need to do that because our speeches should be like a lady's gown. Long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to keep your attention. Hey. Shh.
Sorry.
But in light of the good that this foundation does, I find that very difficult to do. Michael had a door close on him 13 years ago. And we say that with every door that closes, a new door opens. I don't know if I could have found that door, Mike. But you did. You found the foundation, and your door opened, maybe not so much for you, but you opened a door for all of these kids that are getting an education that under regular circumstances, without the Santangelo Foundation, would not be able to achieve that particular education. And I said years ago, I described you as a hero. You stole it in your last introduction, but you definitively fit that role because of what you do for these kids and providing them with an education. Because with equal emphasis, the 3 scholarship winners today all had a door close on them in a certain way. 2 fathers lost, a father injured beyond repair. And you, Mike, through this foundation, opened up doors for them to compensate, or at least open a door and give them an opportunity that they ordinarily wouldn't have. And there is nothing more rewarding than to see that. This foundation has done such good over the years with all of the students that you have entitled and enabled to achieve an education. And I'm reminded that Malcolm X described education as the most powerful weapon which kids can use to change the world. And isn't that something that we would like to see? The Reverend Martin Luther King described education, that it's to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. And the institutions which you support and the institutions which these students are attending enable them to do that. But the most important one is by Margaret Mead, the anthropologist, philosopher, and brilliant mind, who said children must be taught how to think, not what to think. And the opportunities that the Santangelo Foundation presents to these kids is a creation of an opportunity that will teach them how to think and not what to think. And without you, Mike, and without this foundation, thank you for opening that door, as everybody else whose doors you open should be eternally grateful. And I look forward to coming here and recognizing you every year until we can't do it anymore, which I don't see that happening for a long time. God bless Mike Santangelo, and God bless the foundation.
Lastly, I just want to say to all the Santangelo scholars, you are the future of our country. You're a family. You became part of our family. We're always here for you. If you need anything, reach out to me, reach out to Georgia. The rest of you, have a great night. Thank you for all your support. Ed Garrity wants to say something, which could be bad, but I just want to say thank you all. Good night.
I need a judge.
Don't get a jail-free card.
Don't go anywhere. Sit down. There's nothing better than telling the Supreme Court judge, sit down. Seriously. I don't know what else you would all need to hear this evening for you to understand the importance. You see it all in front of you. What these children have achieved and what they do. My fave over here. Getting on a bus at 3:30 in the morning, okay? 3:30 in the morning to go down to attend school. Turn around and come back 4 or 5 hour day of transportation. We need your support. We need this to continue on because everything you see in front of you right now is the fruits of all this labor. I mean, you don't need anything else to convince you that this is working. So we ask you to please give. We have a silent auction. We have some other things going on, but wherever you can, it would be greatly appreciated. And to understand that, look at this. This young man, I remember years ago, and what you've achieved to this date, phenomenal. That's what it's all about. So for anybody that wonders, is this worth it to continue? Come on, it's a no-brainer. So please, where you can, we'd appreciate whatever you can do. We hope to see you here next year, the same time. And to know that Michael Jr.'s life continues on through all of you. And it's so important to keep this up because there's nothing more important than education. That's it. And thank you all for being here tonight in a very difficult economy and in a time where things are tough for everybody, and we recognize that. But look around. Come on. This is awesome. And thank you so much for all you've done over the years. We can't thank you enough. And we hope to see you here again next year, doing the same thing for the same great kids. Thank you. Thank you, Judge LaBelle, for all you do and for keeping me out of jail. Thank you.
Enjoy the night, guys.